Hello everyone, welcome to Rise IS. I am Alok Bardhan and in second session of Prelims Bites, we will discuss a very important article from today's The Hindu newspaper on India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. So, title of today's article is Finance Minister Panel clears the budget proposal of 1.25 lakh crore for India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. So, let's see core content of this article. So this article discussed about the recent disbursement of 1.25 lakh crore for India Semiconductor Mission 2.0, and this article also discussed about the total outlay of India Semiconductor Mission 1.0, which was 76,000 crore. And this article also discussed how India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 is differ from India Semiconductor Mission 1.0. And this article also discussed about core component of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. So please read this article very carefully because this article is very crucial for upcoming UPSC preliminary exam. Why I am saying this? Why this article is crucial for upcoming UPSC preliminary exam? Because I am saying this because as you can see, UPSC in 2018 asked a question about usage of semiconductor chip or silicon wafer used in photovoltaic unit. So usage of semiconductor or silicon wafer chip is very much crucial theme for upcoming preliminary exam. So this makes this article very relevant for upcoming UPSC preliminary exam. So let's start today's discussion with context of this article. So, Expenditure Finance Committee, which is under the Ministry of Finance, approved the 1.25 lakh crore for India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. So, total 1.25 lakh crore allocated for India Semiconductor Mission 2.0, and the total outlay of India Semiconductor Mission 1.0 was 76,000 crore. So, huge boost for India Semiconductor, huge economic boost given for India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. So, and what is the key changes for India Semiconductor Mission 2.0? So, in the objective of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 is in develop an end-to-end indigenous semiconductor ecosystem. So earlier it was earlier India Semiconductor Mission 1.0 was focused on mainly low-end semiconductor chip, but now core objective of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 was to develop end-to-end indigenous semiconductor ecosystem and integrate India into global value chain. So now let's discuss what is the core feature of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. So first start with objective. So what is the objective of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0? So objective of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 is to transform India into global semiconductor hub under Make in India and Make for the World scheme. So the core objective of India Semiconductor Mission is to make India a global hub or global leader for semiconductor under Make in India and Make for the World. So what is the scope of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0? So scope of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 is to move beyond fabrication plant and focus on domestic production of semiconductor equipment, specialty chemical and industrial gases, which is crucial for development of semiconductor. So and also develop indigenous intellectual property and promote full stack semiconductor intellectual property development. So now it's not only focused on formation of silicon chip or importation and development of designing of silicon chip, but now the under semiconductor Indian ISM 2.0, the our scope expanded beyond the fabrication plant, now focus on domestic production of semiconductor equipment, a specialty chemical, industrial gases, and to focus on promote full stack semiconductor intellectual property development. So for year 2026-2027, total 1,000 crore allocated for applied research and R&D for which includes industrial training and supply chain resilience. So for 2026-27, total 1,000 crore allocated for applied research and development and for industrial training and supply chain resilience. So, what is the key target of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0? So, the first key target is to achieve 70 to 75% self-reliance by 2029. So, core target of India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 is to attain 70 to 75% semiconductor self-reliance by 2029 and develop indigenous 3 nanometer and 2 nanometer chip manufacturing by 2035. So by 2035 we have taken a target to develop indigenous 3 nanometer and 2 nanometer indigenous chip and expand India semiconductor market from 38 billion in 2023 to 100 to 110 billion by 2030. So another such target is to expand the scope of semiconductor export by 100 to 110 billion by 2030. So, what is the key government initiative for support of semiconductor development? So, first one is modified program for semiconductor ecosystem. So, total outlay of this scheme is 8,000 crore for 2026-27, which is for development of fabrication and advanced packaging for semiconductor development. Second one is design linked incentive scheme, which incentivize the fabulous fabulous company and a startup developing semiconductor intellectual property. For to development of semiconductor intellectual property, design link incentive scheme was started by Government of India. Next one is Digital India RISC-V program, which promotes open source microprocessor to reduce foreign licensing dependence. So to reduce foreign licensing dependence, Government of India start RISC-V and DIR-V program. Now, Chip to a startup program. This program started to provide electronic design automation tool and fabrication access to university and startup so that new era or new generation can attain the knowledge about semiconductor development and gain India can achieve expertise in this sector. Next one is indigenous microprocessors. So for development of indigenous microprocessors such as dhurv 64 and reduce independence, reduce dependence from other countries. So now let's see about key status of India Semiconductor Mission 1.0. So India Semiconductor Mission 1.0 was approved in 2021 with 50% fiscal support for silicon fabs, computer semiconductor and testing facilities. And in under India Semiconductor Mission 1.0, total 10 major projects with 1.6 lakh crore investment across six states anchored. So as you can see how this India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 is crucial for India's economy and India's R&D development. So thank you for attending today's session and you can download complete PDF from our website and for further preparation please visit our website and YouTube channel. Thank you.